Liverpool hosting Inter Milan. And by the way, they have a 2-0 lead, of course. Inter Milan destroyed, naturally, I think. Salernitana are not that great. They won 5-0 this past weekend. Liverpool winning against West Ham, with Napoli losing yesterday, by the way. Inter's feeling good, I guess, as they head to Anfield. Jimmy, let's begin with you. What do we expect here? Can Inter do this, or is Liverpool through and through?
Oh, well, I'm going to start here with some fun facts. The Liverpool Reds, I like to give them like an American coinage.
The Liverpool Reds.
Los Angeles Galaxy. The Liverpool Reds have now won their last 12 in all competitions. This is obviously coming off a pretty solid 1-0 win over West Ham on the weekend. They have not lost in any competition in 2022. They haven't lost at home in over a year. They could be the first English team ever to win their opening 8 games of a single Champions League campaign. And I wouldn't put them past it to do that. They seem to like history, especially under Jurgen Klopp. Inter Milan on the other side, winless in their last 4 on the road, scoring just once in that run. So for them to have any hope, they have to score first. If they really want to put a little bit of pressure on Liverpool, they have to score first. And obviously coming off a big 5-0 win, as you mentioned, against Salernitana is a big deal. You know, you wanted to get Lautaro going. He hadn't really scored or scored consistently. So confidence is important, as we know. But if they don't score first, this one is done and dusted. Liverpool are very good. And yeah, that's all I got. Thanks, everybody.
The
analysis.
Yeah. No, the only thing I'd add to that, Jimmy, is that obviously Inter hadn't scored since before that first leg. And so that 5-0 win over Salernitana could be that wake-up call needed. They definitely need to score first, obviously, and I think they need to score early if they want to have any chance of coming back into this one, just to swing that momentum just a little bit. Nico Barella was sent off, so he'll be out, and that's a huge loss. Vidal, I don't know if Vidal can be the stopgap for Barella not being on the field in this one. And then on the flip side, Thiago, which we saw was injured, I believe, in the warm-up of the League Cup final. He's back into the team, and that's the biggest difference for me. When Naby Keita plays, Liverpool are not as good. They look vulnerable. They give up a lot. And it's not all on him. It's just the rhythm of the team. So if he's back in, I don't really see Inter having a chance. And this ends up being a long-term benefit, as I mentioned before, for Inter Milan being able to focus on just the league. Not that that's how they would want to go out. But, yeah, I think if Thiago's back in the team again, I know he's back in training full-time. If he's starting in this one, I just don't really see Inter's ability to really turn this one around.
Yeah, it's difficult to see Inter sort of translating the domestic form onto the continental stage. I felt more confident about them going into the first leg, and I think once I saw them fall short there, I think that pretty much made my mind up. My prediction for this one is that Liverpool repeat the score from away from home and win 4-0 on aggregate. I hope to be proved wrong because I'd love to see it be a bit more of a contest, but I'm just not sure that, Inter, they've got enough to be remaining competitive in the title race at the moment in Serie A, potentially looking to defend their title. But I think this is where the road stops for them in the Champions League. Liverpool are a cut above them, both in terms of squad depth and in terms of their quality in that starting 11. And I think if Inter were going to have some European success this season, it probably would have been better for them to drop into the Europa League. But they're here now, and they really need something special if they're going to get anything from Anfield, which I can't, unfortunately, see happening for them.
Yeah, Jimmy, before you jump with any possible betting tips here, as that graphic showed, Liverpool have won each of their 3 games against Inter Milan in European competition. By the way, fun fact here, only one team in the Champions League, in Champions League history, has lost the first leg 2-0 and yet come to progress. Jonathan Johnson, who is that?
Sounding like a PSG stat, surely. Well, actually,
it's a PSG stat against PSG's favor.
PSG. Yeah, exactly.
Manchester United, of course, was the team as well that did that.
Oh, yeah, of course, because it was 2-0 to PSG at Old Trafford. Yeah,
that's it. So
fun memories on this wonderful Monday.
I'm sorry.
Why are we bringing up old stuff? Yeah,
I know. I'm sorry. Well, poor PSG.
By the way, this Inter Milan side, I believe, and if my memory serves me correct, it's their first time in the knockout rounds in over 10 years or around 10 years, and so
that's significant.
This is a pretty long run for them to get to. Anyway, if you remember last year, they hadn't won the championship yet, but they went into Europe and then were completely knocked out, didn't even make the Europa League in the group stages. So this is a big step forward for them, even though we're talking about Inter in a different vein, in a different era, it seems like now. It's still a long ways for them to go, and obviously a huge hill to climb against Liverpool.
Yeah, Jimmy, betting tips.
Yeah, I remember Inzaghi came out after the first leg and said, we weren't that far behind Liverpool. They scored on a set piece, Bobby Firmino. They had to make subs to really kind of freshen things up, to really unlock us a little bit. And I remember him being satisfied with how it went outside of the results. So I think they think they're good enough to compete at Anfield, but I think we can all sit here and say, well, the stats are going against you. And I think current form is going against you a little bit as well. And Liverpool are an unstoppable force at the moment. I did want to give a shout out to Trent Alexander-Arnold. He got his 11th assist the weekend against West Ham. He's now got 11
magnificent
plus
performance
assists in
from
3 seasons. Yeah. Not only that, he has created the second most chances in the Premier League this season. And as a fullback, that is ridiculous, right? So he's only behind Bruno Fernandes, who's got 75. He's created 71. That's 20 more than Mo Salah, who's third on the list. So it just really speaks to how important Trent Alexander-Arnold is. And from a tactical perspective, if Inter want to slow Liverpool down, they got to make sure he doesn't get the ball with his head up, because he's going to be killing you. But ultimately, I looked at 2 lines. If you feel like Inter are gonna build on that momentum of scoring 5 goals against Salernitana, Dzeko gets goals, Lautaro got goals in that game, then Liverpool to win, both teams to score is plus 210. And I could see it, but Liverpool are very stout defensively at home in particular. But Liverpool to win with a clean sheet is plus 165. So I'm kind of giving you the 2 values that I thought were the best. You just have to decide. This is all about Liverpool winning. You just have to decide whether you think Inter is going to score or not.
Yeah, the only thing that I'm going to say is that win, and Heath and I talked about it yesterday, that win against West Ham this weekend, by the way, West Ham had chances, like legitimate chances to equalize, and they had the same amount of shots on target as Liverpool.